24. Amazing facts about beards. Number 24. Pogonophobia. This means the fear of beards. This is a really odd phobia, but if you do have this, you'll experience symptoms like nausea, feeling of dread, irregular heartbeat, and sweating. It's an irrational fear. Mothers often warn their daughters to never trust a man with a beard unless he is Santa Claus. The United States has not yet had a president with a beard since the 1800s. The most famous bearded president in the US was Abraham Lincoln. The fear of facial hair on other people can cause a lot of anxiety for someone who has this phobia. It might be a past traumatic experience with someone in the past who had facial hair, or thinking that someone with a long beard is unclean. It might seem unreal, but this is a real fear. Who knew a soft, fuzzy beard can be such a traumatic experience? Number 23. Abraham Lincoln. He was the first U.S. president to sport a beard in 1860, but the historical moment happened when an 11-year-old girl named Grace Bedell wrote a message to President Lincoln. Her message said, "You would look a great deal better, for your face is so thin." So he took the little girl's advice and continued to grow and grow his beard, and people definitely noticed, and so did the tabloids. Number 22. Male compliments. The most compliments a man gets after growing out his beard will be from other men. The majority of females aren't a fan of a lot of facial hair, but men look at it as a manly accomplishment and shows wisdom. This also makes other men wonder if they would be able to grow a beard of their own and see it as a masculine challenge within themselves. So guys that can't grow a thick beard will be envious. Number 21. Longest beard in history. Hans Langseth holds the record for longest beard in the world, with his beard being 17 feet 6 inches long. Now that's impressive. Hans died in North Dakota in 1927, and he left his children with a final request. His wish was that after his funeral, he wanted to have his beard cut off and stored away for a museum to display it. His son cut off his beard and kept it in an attic for decades before his other son, Russell, donated it to the Smithsonian. Turns out it's the perfect place for it to be kept because according to the Guinness Book of World Records, Hans has still set the record for the longest beard to this day. Number 20. They protect against bacteria. A study was done on 408 bearded men that worked in hospitals and revealed that clean-shaven men were 3 times more likely to carry harmful bacteria on their faces than men with beards. The facial hair acts as a filter to block out and catch bacteria and particles that float in the air, so it goes on the facial hair instead of inside your nose or mouth. A fuzzy face also protects against sun damage and skin cancer. Beards add an extra layer of protection from infections. Bacteria usually exist on the skin, and shaving can make openings that make it easier to bring bacteria to infections and ingrown hairs. By not shaving, this can also improve skin and acne flare-ups. A lot of the time, shaving can make acne worse and bring on breakouts. Number 19. Dominant and aggressive. Beauty is always in the eye of the beholder, but a nice face mane can go a long way with the ladies. Men with a heavy beard were thought to be the most attractive to women. In a study, women rated men who had a full beard to have better parenting skills than men without facial hair, solely based on photos. In the study, men with a light stubble on their face scored lower in all categories, even compared to clean-shaven men. A full beard shows masculinity and dominance. A woman probably views a man with a lot of facial hair to be in control and manly, and be able to fix things, and is also probably great for nature activities and survival, which in return makes women comfortable in the fact of having children and being protected. Number 18. Women can grow beards too. Everyone has a tiny bit of hair on their face, we call it peach fuzz, but too much hair growth on the face in women can be a side effect of aging or hormone imbalances. But when puberty hits, changes in hormones can lead to dark coarse hair growing in many different parts of the body. These changes can be embarrassing, but everyone experiences them with age. Menopause can also increase estrogen levels to decline at this stage in a woman's life, which causes excess hair growth on the face. It's nothing abnormal, and some ethnic groups naturally have more hair on their face than others, which makes this completely normal for many families. The longest female beard goes to Vivian Wheeler. She grew a beard after her mother passed away and had 4 failed marriages in 1993. Her beard was slightly over 10 inches long, but luckily, there are simple and inexpensive ways to handle this, like shaving and waxing. So guys, you're not the only ones capable of growing a beard. Number 17. They can grow 4 times a man's height. It's estimated that around 55% of men all around the world have some type of facial hair, whether it's a full-on beard, a light mustache, or a simple 5 o'clock shadow. The average beard grows 5.5 inches each year and is made up of around 30,000 whiskers. If the average man were to never trim his beard, he would end up with a 27.5-foot beard by the time he reached his death. Number 16. Hair came with a price. In the late 17th century, Peter the Great believed that beards were a thing of the past. He imposed a tax on all beards, so if men wanted to have a beard, they had to pay the price to have it, and noblemen sporting them had to carry a license in order to have one. Number 15. Social standing. In ancient Egypt, facial hair was a sign of a weak social standing, but in religion and art, beards were associated with a godlike status. For special occasions, a pharaoh would wear a fake beard to convey his god status. Even with the high-powered women, they are shown sporting facial hair in royal paintings. Number 14. Beer drinkers. For those beer lovers out there who savor every last drop of their beer, facial hair might not be for you. Guinness researchers found that 162,719 pints of beer are lost across 92,370 mustache and bearded drinkers each year. That's a lot of beer wasted and not the most attractive thing to think about, leftover alcohol in a man's facial hair. Number 13. Hair transplants. In Turkey especially, facial hair is associated with a high social status and masculinity. In this country, having a patchy or non-existent mustache or beard won't get you very far in your love life or professional life. As a matter of fact, it can seriously affect it. So this explains why facial hair transplants and hair transplant tour packages are becoming so popular. They even include 4 days of medical and overnight charges, all included, if you want to travel here from another country to get your transplant done. They have many wise doctors who are great at creating mustaches, stubble, and beards for patients using hair from other parts of their body. Number 12. Different shades. It's very common for facial hair to be a different shade than the hair on their head. From sun exposure and stress or malnutrition can all contribute to the effect and shade of the hair. It mostly comes down to the levels of pigmentation in your hair follicles. Each hair follicle contains a mixture of brown or black color and red and yellow color. All of these different combinations are responsible for some random dark or red patches that sometimes appear on our bearded friends. Number 11. Disadvantage at war. Having a long beard is a major disadvantage in a battle of war because they can be grabbed easily. The beard kind of speaks for itself because it makes it tempting for the enemy to grab it. This is why almost everyone in the army is clean-shaven, so that doesn't become an issue. Number 10. Block out the rays. Facial hair can block up to 95% of the sun's harmful UV rays, so beards can go a long way when it comes to protecting you from things like skin cancer. Not to mention, another big plus is that it helps prevent signs of aging around your neck, head, and face. Number 9. Stop acne. If you want to stop acne in its tracks and have blemish-free skin, it's pretty simple. Just stop shaving. Shaving can spread bacteria around your face and cause hair follicles to turn into an infection and irritate your skin with razor rash. Number 8. Forbes list. 98% of men on the Forbes 100 list of the world's wealthiest men are clean-shaven. Number 7. Deck of cards. The only king without a mustache in a deck of cards is the King of Hearts. Number 6. Whiskers. Most beards consist of up to around 30,000 hairs. Number 5. Gold Egyptian beard. Back in ancient Egyptian times, if you wanted anyone to take you seriously, you would dye your beard gold. Having a gold beard was a symbol of someone who had a high-ranking position and a high social status. And you definitely didn't go without your gold beard if you were a king, queen, or other royalty during special occasions. Even royal cows were seen with a fake gold beard. Number 4. Save months of your life. The average man spends 4.5 months or 139 full days of their life shaving. Imagine what you could do with all that free time instead. That's a lot of days of your life wasted standing in the bathroom or shower shaving your face. Then again, most people in general spend a lot of time shaving or waxing. Women spend on average 72 days of their lives just shaving their legs. Not to mention girls absolutely dread shaving their legs. Number 3. Fidel Castro. An operation known as the Cuban Project was a plan to contaminate Fidel Castro's clothing with thallium salts, which would eventually make his beard fall out. The project was full of plans, including spraying hallucinogens into the booth before Fidel would give a speech, putting explosive sea salts at the places he would hang out the most, and coating his cigars with toxins. Number 2. Win a staring contest. If you want to win a staring contest and you have a beard, you're almost guaranteed to win. A beard is a distraction and maybe sometimes intimidating, so when someone is trying to look you in the eyes, it's hard not to look down at the beard. Men with beards are 63% more likely to win a staring contest. Number 1. Beards and baldness. If your hair is thinning on top of your head, your beard can be a part of the reason. Some men lose the hair on their scalp because of additional heat retention from their beard. Women lose more heat through their lips, chin, neck, and cheeks, and less hair on the top of their head. Men who grow a beard lose 40% less heat through their face and create more sweat from their scalp. Hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.